Hello everyone, it's Maite and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. So here on my channel, I am a huge believer that there is a planning system out there for everybody. I do not ascribe to the ideology that planning works for some people and not others. I think a planning system that is unique to you and your lifestyle, because yes, I think that there is a unique planning system out there for every single one of us, but I do believe that that is the gateway to achieving your goals both professionally, personally, financially. I really think that holding your life together and planning and making these goals and reevaluating them quarterly, monthly, weekly, that has been the gateway to all of my success working for myself for the past year. And I would love nothing more than to share that with everybody else and really finding my way and coming into my own planning system. So I've been on a kick to show you guys the best of the best for the upcoming year, because as planning has gained a lot of traction, there has been a ton of planners out there that cater towards different lifestyles or different people, and you can really get really specific and niche with it. And so I will link that video down below and on the screen. However, all of the planners that I showed were over $40. Now I wanted to do a budget version of that, but I kept running into a lot of roadblocks. I kept seeing the exact same layouts for the exact same prices. Nothing was super comprehensive. And I just felt like there was nothing really worth your time to show you here on this channel, because, you know, that would be ironic that I'm all about planners and being a guardian of your time, yet I'm going to waste your time with a planner you've seen 65 million bajillion times at an affordable price. So it's not until I was walking home yesterday that I was just blessed because I ran into these planners at TJ Maxx. This planner is an A5 size planner and it retails for $12.99, including all of the inserts that come with it. So it holds A5 inserts, obviously, and half letter inserts and anything smaller than that that you want to put in this planner. I will get into the details of the exact page sizes of the inserts in 1 second. So this planner comes in 2 different colors to my knowledge. It comes in a teal color with an anchor instead of a heart, as well as a really bright pink color with the flamingo right here. When you open up the planner, all of them inside have this pale gold pearlized finish on the inside. That's obviously different from the cover of the planner. So on the left side of the planner, when you open it, you do get a large secretarial pocket and you get 5 slits to put stickers and clips and anything else you may want in these pockets, as well as a clear pocket to put any IDs or cards you need to see right at a glance. When you flip to the back of the planner, there is a pen loop, but just keep in mind there is no large back pocket in the back. This does have a snap closure. This is a 6-ring system and the ring's diameter is 1/2 inch, so you're not getting a lot of space, but for those of you who do want something compact, that's perfect. In the blush planner, these are what the dividers look like up close. And you have the rest of the months in the back here. Something to note that the inserts do change from color of the binder. So for example, the blue A5 binder does have blue inserts and the hot pink one does have hot pink themed inserts. So you're just gonna have to open them up and see which ones you like for preference, but the actual layout stays the same. So the front of this planner just starts out with a nameplate, and that's 2017 this planner belongs to. So then we get to our monthly dashboard, and it just says January, this month I resolved to, and you get some note spaces on this adorable white dotted paper with a pink background and a heart on the bottom. Then we get into our monthly calendar layout. On the side, you do get a big space for notes or anything else you might like. That runs down the page. And at the bottom of the page, you do get another bar for tracking or notes. And the other side of the page, you also get the same bottom bar as well. This calendar also offers a full week view, so it does include the beginning of the next month as well, which is great when you're planning weekend trips or weekly trips that you don't have to separate them from calendar to calendar. So then we get to our weekly pages, and since January starts on a Sunday, they wanted you to be able to start this January 1st. So the first week of January, Sunday and Monday are shared, and weekends are shared every week, just putting that out there. However, when you turn the page, Monday is definitely on its own, and weekends are still shared. So zooming in on one full day, you have today's to-dos over here and just check boxes to check off everything you need to do. And as always, you can always split this down the middle, make it work however you want to. And if you're a horizontal planner, you're gonna probably like this. So at the end of the weeks, you get 4 pages of really adorable notebook paper. And then we get to this list making at the end of the month. So this page is sectioned off into one long list. As you can see, it runs all the way to the end of the page. And then you get little sections here on the side and one larger section to section these things off. I would personally use this as a grocery list or a list of things I did, things to keep track of. This is a very versatile page in these inserts, and you get 3 of them. And if you're curious, each of these dashboards just has different colored hearts on it, just like that, and those repeat themselves. The size of these inserts is interesting. It is 5.5 inches wide and 8.3 inches tall. So they're a little bit shorter than normal A5 inserts, which are 5.8 inches. And they're not quite as tall as half letter inserts. So half letter inserts are 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So they're the same height as an A5 insert, but they're the width of a half letter insert. So that just goes to show that you can play with your different paper sizes in any ring bound planner. In reference to my A5 cover from Doki Book in rose gold, this planner is the same width, but it's a little bit shorter. As you can see, this is peeking out from the top. Nothing major, but it is a little bit more compact. The main reason I'm so excited to share this with you guys today is because there are not that many readily available ring-bound planners in stores. There just aren't, and that's one of the saddest things about ring-bound systems is that they're just very hard to find in store. Now, the planning companies that do sell them, the main ones online, they can be very expensive. And otherwise, it's a very time-consuming process to scour the internet, find something that's right for you. And even so, I haven't found something that's super affordable when it comes to ring-bound systems. It's one of the main reasons why people were so excited when Recollections came out with their ring-bound planners this past year, or when Webster's Color Crush came to Hobby Lobby. And that is because it made ring-bound planning much more accessible. And so I'm really happy to start seeing more of these in stores, more options. If you don't like those options, great, there's this option. I mean, yes, Recollections is coming out, I believe, next week. It's supposed to hit stores. They're A5 planners. Those retail for $29.99, and with a coupon, they're still more expensive than these planners, and they come with far less inserts. They don't come with dated inserts. Those are sold separately. It'll probably come with a couple of note pages. So you can hate these inserts. You think they're too cutesy, not comprehensive enough. It doesn't matter. You can buy the Recollections inserts when they come out. Put those in there. Print the ones off of Etsy. Put those in there. Make your own. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and I love it because I can finally say to people starting in planning, hey, if you're looking for something with a little bit more customization, or you like the idea of a ring-bound planner, here's one more direction I can point you in, and that's less of an investment for someone to make who might not even be committed to this system. However, my point of current store accessibility also brings me to my con. As you've noticed throughout this video, I haven't mentioned what the company is yet, and that is because I'm not exactly sure. It does say that it is distributed by Enchante Accessories, and they're kind of an umbrella conglomerate. They have a lot of brands in their house that you've also seen at TJ Maxx, like Sheffield Home and others. They also have food brands you're familiar with, like Pillsbury, Betty Crocker, and a fashion brand you're probably familiar with, which is FUBU, and that's the brand from the Shark Tank guy. if you're unfamiliar with that. But it says it's distributed by them, and I couldn't find these planners anywhere online. I Googled some of their brands that it may be associated with. None of those are online either. Whenever I mention a planner from TJ Maxx, I get 1,000,001 questions. Where is it available exactly? Is it going to be available at mine? Can I get it internationally? I know as much as you do to this point about where else you can find these planners. I do not know. Like anything else at TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Marshalls, if you can't find it at one, try the other two. And I also don't know how long they're going to be around, which brings me to my other con about the planner. 2017 is on the front, which obviously if you're in the business trying to make money, this is great because many people won't want to try to bring this into the new year. It could mean that they do intend on bringing them back in 2018. However, I can see this being a mad rush to go for the ones that are on the shelves in January, and then once they disappear, we won't be seeing any more of them until maybe July, where they might come out with an academic year planner. That is as much as I know about that. Just to recap, I 100% recommend this planner. This is my top budget pick for the upcoming year. If you are curious about seeing this planner in person or seeing the other two colors, I highly suggest running to your local stores and going to see them sooner than later. Rarely do I like to hype things up like that, but in this case where I'm not sure about the availability, that would be my advice to you. So as always, like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you want to be organized for 2017 and beyond. I have a lot of great content coming up for you guys. And as always, I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.